own independent money, then you're not good enough. That's what it is. Like that's it. I don't work, like what I do isn't work. People who do what I do don't make a ton of fucking money. If they're remotely competent at it, they have way more money than you. So I think it's work. I just haven't sold it. What you're saying is I have to sell my shit before I can ever have a workshop. Like that is another way to sum the whole thing up. I can't even get like really anything to work with until I've already sold like some part of my life's work. Because the idea that I've presented is it's just not coherent enough to someone who's paying attention. Like, I want you to admit whatever you can just for my sake, even if you never intend on doing anything other than keeping me with food and a roof until you just randomly decide otherwise. I'd like you to try to admit anything that comes up. You're like, you know what, he is right about that. I wish you would tell me if you can find any of those instances. Like if someday you wake up and think, wow, I can't think of an apartment or a house that he's been in, like where I would want him to be there, and where I think he could wake up, if he did wake up early in the morning, there'd be something concrete for him to do that would be demonstrable for other people without requiring immediate profit. If you thought that one day, like, wow, he's never been in a good place, and it just can't be all his fault because he didn't have any money. He'd just be dead. Because I don't see it. If you think I don't try, that's not right, because I do try. I just never, I scan. When I can't look forward, I scan back. I scan the past for everything. For any sign that like your line on this might be like right, like that I might actually be wrong, that I might have had a chance to produce in a great and brilliant way, which I would never probably ask for if you hadn't already decided to spend like $250,000 a decade just to keep your son alive. Like, it wouldn't cost a fraction of that to do something real and positive, but obviously there's the paradox. Would never be possible without you spending the money, but by you spending the money's not there to do anything real. The money's only there to keep me breathing. And I suffer. And if my kids could go to heaven right now, I'd rather be dead. But I can't. I have to do this because you wanted me to. And that can be the end. There's a quick wrap up. I have to do this because you wanted me to. Because you needed me. Not because I needed you. I was basically happy to leave. If Mom would have just said to me, you know what, go ahead. The Catholics are wrong. You can kill yourself and go to heaven. That would have been it. In fact, I would sign up to go through what Jesus went through if it would get me into heaven. I would hang and scream and regret it, but I would definitely sign the contract that said, hang me on the fucking cross, have people remember me as someone who loved them, and then I go to heaven. And I have no kids.
Rob, definitely worth, saving, trying to help develop. Just have to take your ideas and, put them into something that's a little more, realistic, practical. You have to be the greatest person. You don't have to be the greatest person in the world.
Do you understand I can annihilate Shark Tank tomorrow?
I don't really care.
I'm just saying, if I wanted something practical, I can use them in sequence, one after the other, to generate massive amounts of attention, laughter, some inspiration, and be incredibly popular and rich. And not actually have to keep any of it. But I have to make other people money. Like, there's 50 ways. Give me a week in any relaxed location, and I will give you 50 ways that I will then go with you and defend in front of anyone and say, pick one. You know what? Just pick one and I'll do it. And I can do it and I will. And I can and I will. And I can and I will.
Okay, that sounds like a positive statement. Let's sign off tonight and feel free to call me tomorrow. I got to change the topic a little bit to something that just simply happened. You still have keys to get into the apartment?
Yep.
You know where the gas meter is there?
Nope.
Well, I'm going to send Tara an email. That's perfect to do this. There's only two ways. She either has to switch the account back into her own name, or the meter has to be turned off and locked off.
She wants it. I think she just wants it turned off and locked off for now. So, it's just obviously. I'll do it. There's obviously a real and tangible connection between my life and my ability to do this kind of shit.
No, it's not.
Really?
It has to be done. Yeah.
Yeah, I also have to work 40 hours every week to survive. I mean,
that's fine. That's all well and good. Just fucking little details. Just simply has to be done. We're just not have control over it myself. So, which they.
I'm gonna, you know, fine. I'll send me an email. Tell me what I'm gonna go practice right now because I have. Come on! Don't go. Ah, fuck it. I don't need to do it now.
All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
It's probably gonna be like. I mean, I can attempt to try to talk about an idea tomorrow, I guess, but it's just so depressing to do so that this is generally better. Like I want to be justified if I have money. I want to be the most justified person in the world who's rich. Like I did not want this. I screamed for decades. Good night. I mean, good night.
Enjoy your evening. I'll talk to you tomorrow then, possibly.
If the camera doesn't break, I could have a good night. Like, at least I have a lot of fresh stress.
Why don't you take the other one back now?
What other one? Because I don't know if I'm taking it back. I still might get a bike. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, none of it. It's just all manipulation of my own little person in non-productive ways to hope that it increases my productivity in the way that I do work. Like, none of it's direct.
It doesn't work. Take it back now. Bye.
Right.